The glass shattered before anyone understood what had happened. A wine glass slipped from a trembling hand and burst across the marble floor, the sharp cracks slicing through the low hum of conversation. Heads turned. Forks paused midair. A pianist in the corner missed a note. At table 12, one of the most powerful men in American tech was standing, face red, voice raised. And in front of him stood a waitress who looked like she wanted the ground to open and swallow her whole. But this wasn't how the night started. 3 hours earlier, the restaurant was calm. Lumiere sat in downtown Cleveland, tucked between old brick buildings and glowing office towers. Inside, warm lights hung low over polished tables. Soft jazz floated in the air. The place was famous among executives, visiting athletes, and politicians who wanted privacy and perfect food. Maya Johnson tied her apron strings in the staff hallway and checked her reflection in a small mirror taped to the wall. 24 years old. Slim. Tired eyes tonight. She'd taken an extra shift. Her mother's medical bills didn't care she was exhausted. Her younger brother's college fees didn't care either. She forced a small smile at herself. "You got this," she whispered. Maya had worked at Lumiere for nearly a year. Long enough to know regular customers. Long enough to move quickly through chaos without panic. Most nights were fine. Some nights were hard. Tonight will be different. At 7:30, black SUVs rolled up outside. The manager, Daniel, stiffened when he saw them through the glass doors. "Everyone listen," he said quietly, gathering staff. Table 12. Special guest. Handle carefully. "Who is it?" someone whispered. Daniel lowered his voice. "Ethan Caldwell." A few servers gasped. Even Maya recognized the name. Caldwell Technologies. Artificial intelligence. Defense contracts. News headlines. Billionaire before 40. Known genius. Known temper. Known lawsuits. Known arrogance. Daniel scanned the room. "Maya, you're handling 12. Her stomach dropped. "Me? You're the calmest when pressure hits." She wanted to argue. Instead, she nodded. Minutes later, Caldwell entered with 2 associates and a woman in an elegant silver dress. Security remained near the entrance. Conversations quieted as diners recognized him. Money changes how people look at you. Caldwell walked with easy confidence, like every space already belonged to him. Maya stepped forward with menus and her professional smile. "Good evening. Welcome to Lumiere." He barely glanced at her, but the woman with him smiled politely. They sat. Orders began. Wine selected. Food chosen. At first, everything moved smoothly. Then the kitchen got slammed. 2 large parties arrived unannounced. Orders piled up. Timing slipped. Maya checked table 12 again and again, apologizing for slight delays. Caldwell's patience thinned. By the time entrees arrived, his expression was tight. He cut into his steak, frowned, and waved Maya over. "This is not medium rare," he said sharply. "I'm sorry, sir. I'll have it corrected immediately." She reached for the plate. He pulled it back. "You people never listen." The words hung heavy. Nearby diners shifted uncomfortably. Maya kept her tone steady. "I'll have the kitchen fix it right away." Caldwell pushed his chair back loudly and stood. Now everyone watched. "I come here expecting professional service, not incompetence." Silence spread across the dining room. Maya felt heat rise in her face. She sensed eyes on her skin, her uniform, her posture, judgment, sympathy, curiosity. She'd dealt with rude customers before, but this was public, loud, humiliating. Daniel started moving toward them, but Caldwell continued. "Do you even understand what service means?" A couple at the next table stared at their plates, embarrassed. A young kid whispered to his mother. Phones slowly appeared. Recording. Maya's hand shook slightly. She thought of her mother in the hospital bed. Her brother studying late nights. Rent due next week. She thought of all the times she swallowed pride to keep her job. Her instinct said apologize again. Her chest tightened. Caldwell leaned closer. "Or are you just another employee who doesn't care?" Something inside her shifted. The fear settled. Her voice, when it came, was quiet, calm, clear, and every person nearby heard it. "Sir, I deserve respect, even if you don't need mine." The restaurant froze. No jilling, no anger, just truth. For a second, No one moved. Caldwell blinked, caught off guard. The sentence wasn't aggressive. It wasn't dramatic. It was simple and undeniable. A fork clinked against a plate somewhere. Someone inhaled sharply. Maya stood straight, meeting his eyes, not challenging him, just steady. Phones kept recording. And in that silence, something changed. The power in the room shifted. Caldwell looked around. People weren't watching Maya now. They were watching him, judging him. The billionaire suddenly seemed small. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. The woman in silver touched his arm. "Ethan," she murmured quietly. Daniel arrived, apologizing rapidly, offering replacement dishes. But the moment had already passed. Caldwell slowly sat down, his anger drained, replaced by discomfort. Maya picked up the plate gently. "I'll fix this right away," she said calmly, and walked toward the kitchen. The room slowly came back to life, whispers spreading like wildfire. "Did you hear that? She handled that perfectly. Good for her." Within minutes, clips were already being uploaded online. No one in the restaurant knew yet. But by midnight, millions would watch. In the kitchen, Maya leaned against the counter, heart pounding now that adrenaline faded. A cook grinned. That was cold. In a good way. She laughed nervously. "I'm getting fired." Daniel walked in. She braced herself. Instead, he shook his head slowly. "You handled that better than I could." Her shoulders dropped in relief. Back in the dining room, Caldwell finished his meal quietly. He left a large tip, but he didn't look at Maya again when leaving. Outside, cameras already waited. The next morning, the internet exploded. Headlines spread. Waitress silences billionaire with one sentence. Restaurant confrontation goes viral. Talk shows debated it. Social media argued. People shared stories about respect, service workers, power. Some defended Caldwell. Most didn't. Maya woke to dozens of missed calls. Her coworkers sent links. Her brother texted, "You're famous." She felt sick. She never wanted fame. But something unexpected happened. Messages poured in. Single mothers, delivery drivers, teachers, nurses, people who'd been talked down to, ignored, disrespected. They thanked her. A week later, Caldwell posted a statement online. Short, careful. He admitted his behavior was wrong and apologized publicly. Many doubted his sincerity, but the damage to his image was real. Meanwhile, Maya's life slowly shifted. Customers recognized her. Some visited Lumiere just to meet her. A nonprofit invited her to speak about dignity at work. She refused most interviews. She didn't want drama. She just wanted normal life. One evening, nearly a month later, a man entered the restaurant alone. Suit, no security. Ethan Caldwell. The room tensed again. Daniel approached cautiously, but Caldwell requested one thing: to speak with Maya. She hesitated when told, then walked to his table. He stood when she arrived. Awkward silence. "I wanted to apologize in person," he said quietly. "Not for cameras." She studied his face. He looked tired. Human. "Thank you," she replied simply. He nodded. "You were right." They shared a brief, respectful conversation. Then he left. No scene this time. No anger. Just two people who understood something important. Months passed. The viral attention faded. Life returned to routine. But the sentence stayed with people. And with Maya. One night, closing shift, a young new server cried in the hallway after a customer snapped at her. Maya sat beside her. "What if I lose my job?" the girl sniffed. Maya smiled gently. Being kind doesn't mean accepting disrespect. The girl wiped her eyes. "How do you stay calm?" Maya thought back to that night. The lights. The silence. The choice she made. Then she answered, "Because no one gets to decide your worth except you." And that is the real ending. Not the viral clip. Not the billionaire's apology. Not the headlines. The real lesson is simple. Money gives people power. Fame gives people influence. But dignity belongs to everyone. And sometimes, the strongest response isn't loud. It's calm. So here's the question that stayed with everyone who watched that video. If you were in that restaurant, in her place in that moment, what would you have done? And more important, how will you treat the next person who serves you?